Hello everyone, and Nyan. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to discuss the 2019-2020 NBA restart in the bubble experiment situation thing. I don't like the way I look.
Why?
Because my eyeshadow looks bad.
No, it doesn't.
So, my original hypothesis was that the first day that they started the bubble thing, one of the players was going to test positive, and then it was just going to and then we'd all be crying and sobbing because it was a big, huge, epic failure. But so far that hasn't happened. I mean, I know Westbrook has it, wishing him a speedy recovery, but he is not there, fortunately. And the rest of them seem to be doing well. I actually also heard today that Mo Bamba has had to go home for a family emergency, and they've been testing him, and he keeps testing negative. So that's good. I think it's a cool little experiment. I have mixed emotions because initially I was just ready almost for the season to be over. Obviously, I was sad that I wasn't going to get to see a winner, but it just felt like this was a really tough season after Kobe's death, and then obviously the pandemic, and then right now it's just a huge time for social justice and talking about those things. But thankfully, I've heard a lot of coaches and players kind of using this to their advantage to use this as a platform, so that's really nice. I actually texted one of my friends the other day because I was telling them that I didn't realize that the bubble is basically like me at dance team camp. I would say if you've ever been to camp or retreat, you're with the same people every day, posting them on your stories, and you just think you're so cool and so funny. But when you rewatch it, you just realize how delirious you were, and you were just kind of going insane, slowly spiraling out of control because you've just spent so much time away from home and away from your dogs. So I have some predictions for who will end up winning this season, even though I think we're all thinking the same thing. Maybe not. I think that this is going to be a takeaway for the Spurs. By far their best season yet. You know, almost all of their players were injured. They had no All-Stars in this year's game for the first time since I was born. Actually, since before I was born. So that's fantastic. So they're off to a great start. Just kidding, guys. I think it's going to be the Lakers for surezies. I really want it to be them for the obvious reasons. But also I feel conflicted because this is going to be so awkward. It's just not going to feel real.
This is where reality is?
No.
This is where reality
Oh,
is?
no. Oh, my
Real
God.
reality. Just so you know, there was never a party either. This is all a dream.
And I don't see, like, when I watch the old footage of championships, I always like to get really emotional and just cry because it's so beautiful and it's like there's nothing like it. And I mean, there will be nothing like this experience, but at the same time, the takeaway, it's not it for me. Okay, so I'm going to be wearing glasses for the second part because it's a new day, and I'm sorry if that offends you, but I'm having really bad allergy problems, and I just can't make it stop. It's been like this all day. So I'm going to be talking about the elimination process in the simplest way possible through my brain, and then I'm going to throw out some predictions for the individual conferences, and then we can wrap it up. The elimination format is kind of intimidating when I read it at first, but let's simplify it. 9 teams were selected from the East, and then there was 13 from the West. Each team would play 8 more regular season games, and then the wins and losses will be factored into their overall record for the season. Originally, they were going to have 20 plus games to basically get their stuff together, but now that they won't, if the 9th seed is within 4 games from the 8th seed, they'll do like a tournament style game. But the 8th seed would only have to win 1 game, and the 9th seed would have to win 2, if that makes sense.
It's 4 games, not 6?
6 games was to get into the tournament. Like, to get into the bubble in the first place.
And what's the 4 games for?
The 4 games is for the actual playoffs.
You have to be
Within 4 games
up
to
to
be
the
able
seed?
to... Yeah, like, so to make it fair, if they end up in the 9th seed at the end of this, then... and they're 4 games back from that 8th seed, then they would do the tournament style to determine who gets the 8th seed. You get it? Okay, so my predictions, as controversial as they may be, are that the Spurs are going to advance to the playoffs. My second choice would be the Grizzlies because they're already in the 8th seed. And then my third choice would be the Pelicans. But I think this is what's funny. Okay, because the Spurs have a bunch of little babies playing right now. A lot of people, if you're not a Spurs fan, probably don't really know who we have on the court. But I think that's a really good thing and something that they could take advantage of. And it'll just be a brand new thing. Like, they will have no idea what to expect. I think that they could be really good because this team just screams potential. I'm so sorry. And then for the East, I'm thinking it's for sure going to be Magic. I would be surprised if it wasn't them. I really don't see any extreme surprises for this season as far as the winner goes. The Rockets somehow are always in the conversation, but I think that we should all just not even bring that up at all because every year it's just the same exact thing. I don't think it's this year for them, maybe several years from now when I'm old and decrepit. And so yeah, and then the playoffs will run regularly. It's just this qualifying thing that's really different based on the bubble. The next episode, I really want to talk about Greg Popovich, my fave, if you're not sure. But I don't want to really spoil exactly what I'm talking about, but some of you probably already know. And if you do, congratulations. And if you don't, you will be finding out soon. So, bye-bye, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. And, like and subscribe and all that jazz.